Hello everybody, welcome to Break Remake. I'm your host Joan. Today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little to-go pouches. You know what's special about this pouch? It has elastic inside for your essential oils. What? And these are canvas. You know what that means? It means that next week I'm going to teach you how to make waxed canvas pouches. Boom. All right, let's get started. You can see I have my fabric folded here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut 4 of these so we can make our pouch. Got my handy weights to hold down the fabric. I'm not a hero. I need someone to hold the fabric for me. I cut straight enough, now I can butt these up against each other. Whoa. Work smarter, not harder. It's a little off grain. Shh, don't tell anyone. There, now we can sew. Adjust your needle position so it's all the way to the left, and then you can sew. If you need to move the zipper pull out of your way so you can stitch, go ahead and give that a pull down, and then readjust so the edge of your fabric is at the edge of the zipper. So I'm all lined up and I'm going to stitch along this row. Don't forget to backstitch. I always forget to backstitch. I can feel where the zipper is in here, so I'm kind of like pushing my foot up against it right there, making sure this edge of the fabric is lined up with the edge of the zipper. Okay, so I'm at the end of the zipper here. I'm gonna bury the needle in the fabric. It's all the way stuck in, and I'm gonna zip the zipper up. Oh, I forgot to lift the presser foot. There we go. Whoa, I did not plan this well. The zipper's way over here, and like it's totally at the edge over here. We'll just go for it. Now what I'm gonna do is sew the lining on right at the same time. So I'm gonna put this up here. My 2 fabrics are lined up, and then the edge of the fabric is lined up with the edge of the zipper again. Okay, I'm getting close. My zipper pull is here, causing shenanigans. So I'm gonna get close. I'm gonna bury my needle in the fabric. There we go. Flip this up, and then you have to get in here and gently unzip the zipper. Past. Whew, I did it. We have half the bag done. Let's sew the other half of the bag on now. Line this up with all the other junks. Okay, getting close to my zipper pull. Bury the needle. Lift the presser foot. Get into all of these dumb layers is tricky. And pull the zipper down. Put the presser foot back down. Then I can keep going to the end. As you go, you'll just wish that you had more and more arms and hands to do this. Again, we want to line this up like this, making sure it's all lined up with this. Bury the needle. Lift the presser foot. Where on earth is it? It's over. Oh, what? Who? This is bananas. See it in there? What the heck? How can I even zip this? Well, okay. I did it. Yeah, I got a little close. Flip it downy. Now what we're going to do is lay out the elastic to hold our essential oils. So establish which side is your lining. This would be our lining side. The sides are outside because there's zipper pulls here. For sure, this is the inside of the bag. Here is where we're going to place our elastic. So I'm going to move everything out of the way. And then I can put my elastic right here. Let me get the elastic set up. This is a clear grid ruler. I'm going to measure 2.5 inches up, and that is where I'm going to draw my line to run my elastic. My elastic comes in 1/2 inch on this side because that's my seam allowance. I give myself 1/2 inch seam allowance. 1/2 inch on this side. So I'm lining up the edge, getting 1/2 inch. And then every 1.5 inches, I'm going to put a little marky-do because that is where I'm going to anchor my elastic. I'm only going to do 3 because this one's a little too small. It's a 1.5 inches. I could do 4. So I've marked it out every 1.5 inches, and now I can set up my elastic to go on here. My elastic's gonna be super easy. The measurements I came up with are 1/2 inch seam allowance, so I marked that. Then every 2.25 inches, I'm going to put a mark. That's where I'm gonna anchor this to my marks on the bag. It just seems, that seems to be like the perfect grabbiness. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 more. Now I need 1/2 inch from here because that is where I will cut it. So I've got it all marked out. I'm going to sew these 2 marks together, these 2 marks together, these 2 marks together, right? And so I go right across my bag and I have these nice loops. I'm going to cover over this so I don't see it. So I just have to make sure that I cover over it that much all the way across. Elastic will be straight because I can fold it back on itself. I'll show you. I have to move my needle position back to the center, otherwise I will have heartache and sorrow. You don't necessarily need to trim your threads at this junction. you can just move this over, match up these two, make sure your elastic is going straight. There, you can tell my elastic's going straight. I've got my marks lined up. Now I can stitch this. Might be easier to cut it, I don't know. Shift it down. Here's my next boop. Boop it on over. For our last one, line that up and go ahead and stretch it. Now we can close up the bag. So get your zipper pull out of the way and then fold your outsides together. This is the outside of the bag because there's the zipper. And then fold your linings together. We're gonna stitch all the way around on this. Line up your guys real good. Yeah, so line up these edges real nice. And back stitch. Turn and pivot when you get to the end. You could mark it if you're anxious. I'm checking the outside to make sure I stitched it okay. I did. Now let's do the lining. The lining we do have to leave open, so I will mark this. We're gonna leave it open from here to here, kind of big. That way I can stuff everything back through, making sure everything's sort of lined up as best as I can. Okay, about 1/2 inch. Now let's trim our edges and then turn it inside out. I'm gonna clip this away so it's a nice pointy point on the outside. Whoa, got a little close there. Ooh, I'm gonna have to be careful at that point. Ooh. Okay, now I can gently, oh, well, ding-a-ling, I shut it. I guess it was just in theory to have those dots there. Come down here. Now I can barf all this out. Oh no, first I have to unpick. Inside out time. It's tough work. I did it. I did it. Clip these. Whoa. Whoa. I can close this by machine or by hand. It's up to you, dealer's choice. I'm gonna close it by machine because I don't want to stay here forever. Hand stitching? What is that? I'm gonna close up this hole. Now I can flip this all into the inside. There. Now we got ourselves a little zipper pouch. Look at that. Thing of beauty. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. And if you would like more sustainable craft, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And don't miss next week when I wax these. It'll be an interesting process. I'm excited to see. I made 2 of these bags so I could have a compare and contrast. It's gonna be a versus episode. What? We'll see you next time. Bye.